Hey guys, it's me, Wilson, and we're back for another video on F123. And we're actually here for the first round, or the first league race on F123. I'm very excited. Hope you are all very excited as well. And yeah, we're here for pre-season at Spain, at Catalonia, the usual track you usually do pre-season. So this does not count to any championship points. This is pretty much just a social race, as they call it. You can get pre-season, social race, whatever you like, before round one at Bahrain. So yeah, really looking forward to this. It's nice to get an eye in, see whereabouts you are compared to your competitors. And yeah, new game, fresh start, fresh everything really. Fresh car, fresh handling model, most importantly. And more things to figure out. So yeah, it's an interesting part of the game, but here we go. Starting our first ever lap on F123 in a competitive environment. We are here in Q1. This is full qualifying, but yeah, we're going to ride on board with this full lap just so you can get a feel of yeah, just how everything is now, really. And I can talk while you watch this lap. But yeah, this game is pretty good. You can see we've actually got marbles now. You might be able to see it in my tyre there. If you go on the wrong part of the racing line, if you don't follow the racing line, you get marbles in your tyres and you lose grip now in multiplayer and Grand Prix. So yeah, that's also another feature. It is slightly wrong. I mean, the racing line's correct, but it's not the line we use. It's not naturally you know, added. It's just a number generated one. So that's what it is. Does the job though. But yeah, I'm sure you all know the last sector in Spain has also changed at this track, which also makes it a lot more enjoyable. But as you can see, we're now coming around the final few corners. We're on a 9-2 split. Pretty decent split, especially for Q1. And now all of this is meant to be flat. I'm not sure if we have a confidence lift through this last corner. Let's have a look. We do have a little confidence lift. I don't think you need to do that lift, but we did it. And we go P2, 800s behind Otis. Definitely knew where that time was, but took it fairly safe on that lap. And we're currently P3, 1000th ahead of Nico. And that looks pretty safe to me. That we'll be able to go through to Q2. And as you can see, we skipped to the end. We did not go out, and we're safely through. I don't know what the cut-off was, but I'm pretty sure we're 2/10 clear, 10th half, something like that. Which the grid is a lot closer now as well, as these cars just seem to be a little bit easier to drive, or maybe everyone's just getting better. But yeah, we're now on a used set of soft tyres. We do a 9-3 split going into the last. This is the start of Q2. And coming round the final two corners, what can we do? We do have a little bit of lift. Not as much as Q1, and we do an 8.54 on used tyres, which is a pretty decent lap, especially in used. A very good lap actually, now that I think of it. I'm pretty sure that's my PB in used. So yeah, we PB'd in a session technically, but now we're starting our first proper run in Q2. I'm sure you know the drill of how this goes, and hopefully we can get this done clean enough that we don't need to go out again. That's always the goal in these races, but you can see not getting that much compared to our used tyre run. I think we're going to be aiming for a 0.6 here, and I have a feel most of it is going to be in the last sector where the tyres really die off. But you can see now going into turn 4, trying to get that front end bit in, really difficult to get it, you know, dug into the ground, and then through this hairpin, having a little bit of a slide there, third gear, and then revving it out. Can't short shift in this game, you will just lose all revs, and then through this corner, very hard to nail this corner, probably one of the hardest in the track. And then through this next corner, it's now flat in these cars. These cars are so quick at high speeds, but yeah, we're only a 10th up on a used tyre run, so hopefully we gain a little bit more in this last sector. An 8-2 split, that's the quickest we've been all sessions so far, Q1 and 2, going into this last sector. We go a little bit wide there through that right-hander, losing us a bit of minimum apex speed, not being able to sit tight towards that corner, but we are 2/10 up. Can we get anything at last? Still a little confidence lift going through that final corner, and as we come up to line, it's going to be a 6-3, which pips us just ahead of Otis, I think by 100th or two. So yeah, me and Otis seem to be very close to each other at the moment, and he is a McLaren Academy if you're not aware. But yeah, Lucas wasn't able to race this time, so we had to. But as you can see here, if I let you just listen. I came in.
Yeah.
I saw he didn't beat me, so I just came in.
Yeah.
yeah, so pretty much there, we didn't know if we wanted to go out again, and I was waiting on Brendan. If Brendan passed and beat me, I was going to continue, but either way, I don't think we had to go out again. I'm surprised. I thought we'd be close to getting knocked out, let's put it that way. But yeah, clearly not. But as I was saying, Lucas couldn't race this week as he is testing an F4 car, I'm pretty sure. So Otis, the McLaren Academy, is in spot of the McLaren. So yeah, nice to see him racing alongside us. But yeah, now we are at Q3, the start of Q3. This is a new, fresh tyre run. We do a 502, 400s off Otis. And as I was saying, me and Otis have been separated by nothing all session. So yeah, good to see McLaren at the top. Barry just ahead of us and Jarno just behind of us. But yeah, going into this final run now, we're hoping we can maybe get a low 0.4. Definitely a 4 at least. I want to be a low 4 ideally, but let's see how this final run goes. A lot of time in that lap. I remember thinking there's tons of time in the hairpin, but nevertheless, we're starting our final lap. This is when the track is at its quickest, so this is when the lap matters the most. This is where we make our money. Going down to turn 1 now, we're going to be hitting about 830 kph as we hit turn 1 just before the 50-metre bro. Break down to 4th gear, up to 5th, and we clip that very nicely, but we are down on the Delta. We've clearly not carried enough speed. We're a little bit too tight here, so we are going to have marbles now on our tyre for turn 4. This is going to lose us a lot of grip. We do a 3-1 sector 1, but you can see we've lost half a tenth because we had marbles on our tyres. This is really not ideal. Now going through this hairpin, this is where we lost a lot of time previously on the lap before, and you can see we've gained half a tenth from that mistake before. Now going into this long left-hander, 4th gear, we clip that in very nicely, but we're still just neutral on our Delta, gaining a little bit of time through this flat right-hander and then opening DRS. Last sector, we're only up by 100. It's not been a great lap at all so far, so let's see what we can do going into last sector, down to 3rd gear, up to 4th, really trying to get in power as early as we can, up by 200s now, and we really need to nail this corner if we want to make anything of it. We go up to 400s, but then we have a little twitch on the exit, and that has brought us back down to 200s. Can we gain anything at the last corner? We're going to keep it pinned the whole way. The first time we've kept it pinned in qualifying, and it's only 300s of an improvement. And yeah, I was fairly disappointed with that, and yeah, I'm not too happy with that. But the bigger story to that is we got 2 5-place grid penalties because pretty much we were going slow in the outlap with a car behind us, and the game intended that as blocking for some reason. So we weren't blocking anyone at all. For one, they were in an outlap, not a lap, and they were miles behind us. We were just going slowly on the racing line, so apparently that was blocking. Yeah. So that's a shame. The league wouldn't remove it as they didn't give me time to, you know, show them that it wasn't a block. So we're starting 14th, which is quite unfair. Really shouldn't be starting 14th, should be starting P4. But you know,
everyone's just going to break
as the luck from last game. Seems to be carrying over slightly, so let's hope it doesn't stay that way. As you can see me on my phone driving. Don't go on your phone and drive, kids. It's not the way. But yeah, starting on the hard tyres, we've got Jake behind us, Fab in 16th, Brendan in front of us, and Manley in 12th. So we're going to hope we can get into the points. Still 14th, we're still in a very good position. I think we can still get a top 7 here if we just drive normally. You can see our grid position was horrible because yeah, someone was in the way. I think it was Fab. But nevertheless, we got our first pre-season race of the season. And away we go. Do we get a good start compared to the cars around us? Compared to Brendan, we do get a very nice start compared to Brendan, actually. We're going to try and sit in the slipstream of Tom Manley. That's already 1 position gained compared to the cars around us. We're trying to dart on where to go. We're going to brake fairly early as we know how hectic it can get as Tom leaves a lot of space. I don't know what I just done there, but nevertheless, we are trying to hold position. You can see there's a Ferrari off. That's Nico Longi. That's an other position up to P12 now. Can we try and go down the inside of Tom Manley? We're going to try and fucking idiots. Yeah. We got spun out. I'm not too sure what Brendan was thinking there. I was going down the inside of Tom Manley, which is going to be a closing gap to 1 car width. And Brendan thought it was a great idea to make it 3 wide. But I guess these things happen. It's a shame though. But nevertheless, we were about 2.5 seconds back after that. But we managed to catch up. And moving on to lap 4 now, we did catch up. And Fabrizio also spun. Don't know what I was trying to say there. Yeah, he spun. So we're now up to P19. So it seems to be our luck at the start of this game is going absolutely wonderfully. But nevertheless, we're now on lap 4 again, and Pace looks decent. That half spin did destroy our tyres a bit, I'm not going to lie. A spin isn't great on your tyres in this game, but we are right behind Philip Preston here. Let's see if he lets us by fairly easily, and he does not fight it, so thank you very much, Philip. I actually blocked Philip slightly in Q1, so I'm surprised he let me by. That was actually very kind of him, so I appreciate that, Philip, if you're watching. That was very nice of you. But yeah, we couldn't really get much done after that. Moving on to lap 11 now. We tried to save battery. Battery is really hard to save around here, and we thought now would be a good time to try and pounce on Marcel Keith. We're going to see if we can make a move, and nobody really seemed to be defending here. We're going to try go down the inside now, and is it going to be possible? We make that work fairly well. We give just enough space, a little bit of contact, but nothing outside of the rule book, and that's us gained, what, 3 positions since we were spun on lap 1, 2 legit ones, which is not too bad considering we got taken out. We did gain another position from 16 as Nico Longi pit, and yeah, as you can see, Barry actually crashed, and I believe there was desync between him and Yarno, which caused a crash. So yeah, that's a safety car now. We're going to have to be pulling into the pits for a set of medium tyres, and we might be able to gain some positions here, as some drivers are going to have to double stack. I think Luke, Smith and Tom are going to have to double stack, so we might gain 2 places here. I could be wrong, but pulling into pits now, we're going to be fitting the medium set of tyres. It is going to be a tiny bit of a stretch to the end, but nothing that we cannot do. We set a medium fit of tyres, and who did we jump? Yeah, we jumped both Tom Manley and Luke Smith, so that makes our life pretty easy. That's in other few positions, and that's us P14 now, so 4 positions off of points, considering we were last by lap 1. This is going fairly well. We're back at where we should have started, essentially. So we've got half the race distance to do what we should have done at the start. But yeah, nevertheless, here we go. We're behind Brendan Lee. We know he can be quite a tough driver to overtake. He was actually the driver who took us out at the start of the race. So let's hope he's a little bit nicer this time round when we try and go for a move. We did feel fairly quick at the start of this restart. I don't know what it was. I just felt like I had a lot more pace than Brendan, at least, at the start of this restart. We're fairly all over him, I like to think, but we all have a full battery at this point, so it's pretty difficult to pass. You can see I've used a lot of it trying to pass him here, and you can see we're just all over him, trying to get something done, just trying to put him under pressure, make him feel the pressure. He is a 2-time champion after all, so I don't think he'll feel it too much, but yeah, just trying to do whatever we can, really. Can we get close to him? I don't think we will. It's really hard to pass here. Lack of braking zones, you know, all that shebang. But yeah, we're not using here. DRS is enabled, so hopefully that makes our life easier. But let's see what we can do. Tom Manley, 8/10 back. He seems to be struggling just a little bit, and doesn't really seem like we're going to be able to get a move on Brendan as of now. But Ruben and Brendan are going to be fighting each other by looks of it, and I noticed this. So I did not turn on the DRS. We just let them fight, and you can see they're getting a bit aggressive, a very aggressive defense from Ruben. So at this point, if you just listen,
that's what I'm talking about. Get RG Borgie, put him in the wall. Yeah, oh my fucking god, not like that.
Yeah, sorry for the language, but yeah, pretty much. They took each other out, so that's what we needed, and we're now up to P13. So that's going fairly well for us now, and we're now very close to Brendan. All that ERS usage Brendan done is now put us in a good place to, you know, strike. He's going to be flashing at the end of this straight, and we're about a 10th back from him now, so we're really close. A bit of dirty air through here loses us about half a 10th, but nevertheless we're going to be going for this lap. You can see he's flashing. That means he's not got as much power compared to us. We are lacking a little bit of straight line speed though, by the looks of it. We're not getting that much, but going into turn 1, we're going to brake. He leaves us barely any space, just enough room for us to go down the inside. We can't get round outside there. He's shut that off very nicely, but we're still going to be able to go for it. He doesn't have DRS, and he defends the inside. He is on the marbles. We're going to try go round the outside here of turn 4. Can we make it stick? We're still side by side with Brendan Lee going into turn 5. This left-hander hairpin, can we get the move done? He's still slightly on the outside, but we're going to give him a little bit of a squeeze, and that is the move done. P12 and that was a lovely move. And yeah, pretty happy with that move actually, considering how
I'm gonna lose one.
close it was. That was a fairly tidy move, but we can't sit about and chat too long. There's now about a 5 wide battle going on for, I don't even know, P7 or whatever. But Brendan tries to go round the outside. We're now 3 wide going into wherever this is, and we're going to get hit off the track. I don't know really what's happened there. We've actually gained a position overall, but lost to Brendan again, so we should have been 11th if we didn't get blown up. But now we're a second back, and we had to use all of our battery to catch back up to Brendan, which is really annoying. But you can see they're up ahead, they're fighting again, and there's 2 cars round, and that's also slowed down Ismail Fassi. We're going to go round the outside of Ismail Fassi, down into this hairpin. The Red Bulls all over the place of Dylan Warren. You still got Brendan Lee up there, and another Alfa Romeo, and now we're going to see if we can make anything work off this. You can see they go wide, one of them's off onto the sausage curb, that's Thomas Ronhar, and we're now up to P8 from P14 at the start of this formation. Start of this safety car, even should I say, and now we're going to be able to get Brendan Lee going into this hairpin. Can we maybe get Dylan Warren as well? We're going to brake really late. We need to leave a lot of room as we are 3 wide. We've got marbles over tires, but now we've got no DRS. We're going to have to let one of them by, because if we don't let them by here, we're going to get destroyed by about 3 cars. So we try to let them by, he hits our rear end, and we're now lost 2 positions. We've lost 2 positions, but it's better than it looks. I couldn't sit at the front of that train, because look what's about to happen now. If I sat at the front of that train, I'd be Brendan Lee right now, getting overtaken by 2 cars. I expected this, I predicted this. Now can we make a move on Dylan Warren? It doesn't seem to be like we can, but I do feel we have to pace over him. It's a shame we used all of that ERS trying to catch up after getting, taken out essentially for the second time this race. But I really feel we've got the pace over Dylan as he goes wide into this corner. So I really feel like we can, put the pressure on here. Can we do anything? It's going to be really difficult. And I have a feeling it's not going to be able to work unless he makes a big mistake. We're 2 tenths back, 3 tenths back now because of dirty air. And I think it's going to be difficult, I'm not going to lie. We're going to need a good run out here. And yeah, I think that is it over. And DRS here is not really going to gain as much as we need. It does gain you quite a lot. As you can see, we went from 3 tenths to low 2 tenths. So it does gain you a lot. But we're right behind them. If we had one more lap, we would 100% get him, but we don't have one more lap. So that is going to be the end of the race by the looks of it, unless Dylan makes a mistake, which he does. And can we make a move at all now, going through the last corner? No, doesn't seem to be, but yeah, that was a very interesting race. And you can see for some reason it says we got P6, but I don't think we did. I think we got P7. But either way, from last to P76, whatever it was, is a very impressive result. I like to think. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I was very happy with that race. It's a shame we couldn't be fighting at the top, as I really feel we had the pace to fight for the win. But yeah, it is what it is. These things happen. Thankfully, it only happened in pre-season. You see, we got driver of the day because we are unreal. No, I'm joking. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I enjoyed the race, actually. It was quite a fun race. It was quite enjoyable being able to fight cars. This game makes it a little bit easier to fight with the whole tyre shenanigans. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll try not get unfair grid penalties again, so you can see me fighting at the front maybe. And yeah, please watch the next video I upload. I've actually got an interesting video coming if I can be bothered making it. Please leave I can't speak today. Please leave a like and subscribe. Comment if you want any video ideas or whatever. And I'll see you guys later. Adios.